Hi, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Monday, and Monday's usually jazz. And today it's another crooner album. I know we do a lot of them, but as you remember, usually our big crooners are going to be Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Dean Martin. Well, I got 2 out of 3 today. It's an album called Tony Bennett, Perfectly Frank. Well, there we go. Then maybe that's a little better. You can see it. Tony Bennett's tribute to Frank Sinatra. Now, this is why I love the hard copies. You get some great stuff here that you don't get from the streaming networks. I just want to read you a little bit from the jacket in here that's really, I found really interesting. October 13th, 1974. Tony Bennett's mother is bedridden and had her entire family around her. They were doing everything to lift their spirits, and the only thing they could do was watch some entertainment on television. So they tuned into a music special called The Main Event. The performer was Frank Sinatra. Sinatra was at Madison Square Garden, and they were so enthralled with his performance. And suddenly, in between 2 marvelous songs, Sinatra belts out that Tony Bennett is his favorite singer. It says, taken by surprise, I looked over at my mom, and her eyes open almost as big as her heart. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. I'll never forget what he did for me that day, and it'll remain one of my greatest moments of my life. I mean, those kind of stories you don't get online. And this album, it's called The Torch and Saloon Songs of Sinatra. I love that. And the other thing that was nice on this one, we got a little extra here. I don't know if you can see that little painting of Sinatra, and this was done by Tony Bennett. We had a few months ago, we had another Sinatra album, and Leroy Neiman had done the painting of Sinatra. Here's one from Tony Bennett, and this is the kind of stuff you just don't get with streaming. Great to have the hard copy for that. And there are some classic Sinatra songs on here if you're a Sinatra fan. And it's quite a tribute. I mean, I love the title, Torch and Saloon Songs. You don't think of saloon, you think more of those nightclubs and that kind of lifestyle. But anyways, let's see what we've got on here. Firstly, musicians. The last Tony Bennett album I did was the Unplugged one a few weeks ago, and it's pretty much the same players here. We've got a trio backing him up. We've got Ralph Sharon on piano, Paul Langosh on bass, and Joe LaBarbera on drums. Now, that's a new addition from the last one we saw. Last thing I'd seen, I think, with Joe LaBarbera was, I know he was playing with Chuck Mangione during the Alive album. If you remember that one, it was a small quartet he did when he was still recording for Mercury. But Joe LaBarbera is in with Pat LaBarbera and John LaBarbera, that whole LaBarbera family there. So, anyways, that's our 3 trio backing him up. So the songs got Time After Time, not to be confused with Cyndi Lauper's version. This is obviously the Sammy Cahn and Julie Stein. I Fall in Love Too Easily, another Cahn and Stein tune. East of the Sun and West of the Moon, Nancy, I Thought About You, Cole Porter's classic Night and Day, I've Got the World on a String, I'm Glad There's You, and another great one, A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. We did that one with the big band, just an excellent tune. I Wish on the Moon, You Go to My Head, The Lady is a Tramp, another great tune. I was going to get it for the big band, but I thought I can't put a title like that out. I don't know. Times have changed, right? But anyways, a great version on here with the Rodgers and Hart tune. I See Your Face Before Me, Day In and Day Out with Johnny Mercer. Indian Summer. We got Call Me Irresponsible, that Sammy Cahn and Julian Van Heusen. Here's That Rainy Day. Last Night When We Were Young. I Wish I Were in Love Again, A Foggy Day, Don't Worry About Me, One for My Baby, Angel Eyes, and I'll Be Seeing You. I mean, 24 hits. 24 hits is a tribute to Frank Sinatra by the great, late Tony Bennett. It's a great album. Again, not the big bands we usually get. A nice little trio backing him up, doing some great songs of a fellow that he really respected and who respected him. So that's it for today. Another crooner, but kind of 2 out of 3 out of our crooner trio. We got Sinatra and Tony Bennett kind of connected together. Well worth a listen. Some great tunes, some great covers. You won't be disappointed. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you on Wednesday. Until then, take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.